Hello, Bolly. First time I've visited Greece for cooked here since 2019. Yeah, it's before COVID actually. And one or two little things that you should be aware of if you haven't visited Greece for a while. First things first, the prices in the bars and the shops, especially in the tourist areas, have gone through the roof. They're 24% tax on some things, it's 13% tax on other things. We went into a small cafe in the harbour at Corfu town the other day. A large Coke, half a litre of Coke, is €5. It costs us just under €20 for 3 large Cokes and a small Coke or coffee. But we went into a little taverna near Guavia Marina, but in the sort of like the residential area, and the prices were okay. I mean, a coffee and a cold and a water for me was €3, and a Coke was about €3, I think, for a bottle of Coke. So it's still expensive, but it was bearable. We are staying at an all-inclusive hotel. I mean, so we are protected somewhat from it. We'll say other thing is the day trips are doubled in value. I mean, when we used to be able to go to the aqua park 5 years ago for like €23 each with the coach trip and ticket, now it's near 45. I mean, any reasonable day trip, even if you don't use TUI, is going to cost you €40 each. It's quite expensive, so bring plenty of spending money. And the other thing is they're now doing this green tax. They used to do the tourist tax, which started up since we've last been here, so we've never experienced it. They're now calling it the green tax. Apparently the Greek government have got to raise 300 million towards their green agenda as far as the EU are concerned. So the way they're doing it is several reasons, and the main way is they've changed the tourist tax to a green tax. Right, this is all done by, this is all, like I said in the short earlier about EVs, but I'll go into more detail. This is done at reception. TUI didn't really say much about it in their website. I really struggled to find it. I ended up having to go onto Google before I left home because somebody told me about it. They hadn't made this too obvious, so don't get caught out with this. We originally booked a 4-star hotel, which is the Kerkyra Blue. Now in the last 12 months, and the time that took us to pay for it, this hotel is now upgraded to 5, which is fabulous for us because we're paid 4-star money for a 5-star holiday. I mean, we're getting waitlist service to our sunbeds and everything. But what I will say is, consequently, we got clobbered €10 per day for our room. Not us, for our room. That means 11-day holiday has cost us €110. Luckily I realised this before I left home, so I put the money to one side, but you could get shock when you get here. Not everybody in this hotel are rich, they're just normal bods like me, you know, who have saved all year to come here and have limited spending power, so be careful on that one. Greece is a shithole at the moment. I mean, it always was bad, Corfu, but it looks like they haven't done any work on any of the roads. They haven't litter picked for years. We always sort of put it down to the quaintness of the place, yeah, but it's getting bloody dangerous now. Some of the paths have got gaping holes in them, so be really careful as you're moving around the place, especially on foot. The driving is even more chaotic. I mean, we've got a dual carriageway, one of the main routes through Corfu, right goes off there past the entrance of our hotel, and crossing that road you really have to take your life in your hands, so be very, very aware. You know, just because it says 50 k's, which is 30 miles an hour, don't think for a second any of them are taking any notice of the speed limit. I mean, we had motorbikes go past us doing 80 plus, guys with no crash helmets on. I mean, how ignorant is that? But yeah, but apart from that, I mean, this hotel's spot on. sitting here looking across the bay towards Cassiope and Ipsos and up towards the Albanian mountains and Greece, mainland Greece, it's absolutely superb. It's just like when you're travelling between the touristy areas, it is pretty grim, so bear that in mind. And if you want to buy drinks or anything, just go into the local supermarkets or go to the little kiosks, then they're cheap. I mean, you can pick a bite. There's a kiosk near the harbour as we walk up towards the centre of Corfu town that sells bottles of water for 50 cents and bottles of Fanta and that for €1.50. So it is possible to buy reasonably priced stuff. And like in Corfu town, if you go into the town itself, especially the old part of town, it's expensive. I mean, the restaurants are incredibly dear. But what I will say, we found this little sandwich bar, and I had this massive sort of half roll cut in half with Caesar salad in it, nice bits of chicken, absolutely filled me up, and that cost me €8. So it is possible to eat quite cheaply here, but you just got to have a bit of savvy about you. But apart from that, no, it's been very, very good week. The weather's been pretty good. The wind's got up today a bit, wind's gone in the north, but it's still a sight better than being in the UK this time of year. I mean, we've been getting here this time of year, I mean, it seems to be between about 23 and 29 degrees. Today is 25 with a breeze, so it's quite cool, but you've got to be careful because you're going to get burnt. Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's pretty good, yeah. I thoroughly recommend Kerkyra Blue. It's now owned by Louis, the Louis chain of hotels. They have hotels all over the Greek islands, mainland Greece and Cyprus. I'm thinking about trying to book another one, but not go through TUI, do it direct, and I can get it down for about 1,100 quid for 10 days, which is what we can sort of afford. At the moment through TUI, this is well over 2,000 for 11 days now. I can't afford that. And being a 5-star, you'd think it'd be really pretentious, but to be fair, this isn't. Yeah, there's one or two snobby people about who think that shit don't stink, but at the end of the day, most of the people here are just normal Brits and Germans. There's a few French and a sprinkling of Russians, and they're all very friendly. The staff are excellent. In fact, if anything, the staff are a little bit too good. They tend to worry all the time that they're not given good service, so they tend to hover around you like flies and that. I'd rather they didn't do that, but that's only because I'm not used to this 5-star experience, you know. But yeah, I thoroughly recommend this place. It's very, very nice. I mean, I've put on short videos on about it now. I don't really want to be videoing inside. I might do the room later, a short on the room, so just keep an eye on my channel. But you know, I have to respect people who are on holiday. They don't want me walking around videoing them. I mean, I know people do, but most of them do it early in the morning when there's nobody about. But this time of day, it's now about 11 o'clock. I'm just sitting here having my double espresso and soda water, and while the missus is on a sunbed on the other pool. But they put the music up loud out there, and I'm a born old fart, and I don't like pop music blasting me in my head, so I buggered off in here for a bit of peace and quiet. So yeah, so that's my take on the place, really. Yeah, very, very good. Food's excellent. If I was going to give everything a score out of 10, I'd say, right, food 9, accommodation 8.5, free stuff, i.e. what you get in your room, coffee making and that, I'd give a 9 because you've got an espresso machine and things like that. Loads of cans of drink, fizzy drink and beer and that in your fridge, so you can't fault that. Pools, I'd give a 9. Blast, sorry, it's wind, mate. Yeah, I know, it's I got another glass here. Yeah, I just spilled what was left in my espresso on the floor, and a young lad, waiter, just appeared straight away, cleared it up. I mean, they are so full. So right, I was going to say, yeah. So restaurants and food, I'd give a 9, definitely. Yeah, rooms, I would give around about an 8, I'll say, because they're not very big, but they are very well furnished. And a bit cluttered, really. They could have a little bit less of the furniture and that, give you more space. But the beds are mega comfortable, so I can't really grumble on that. Facilities, Yeah, I mean, you got to give it a 9. Entertainment, I'll give it a 7. It's not very good entertainment. It's aimed at the hoi polloi, a pretentious crowd more. So you get things like violin recitals and saxophone recitals and stuff like that. I'm a bit more into sitting and watching an act on a stage and what have you. You don't really get it here. So that was a bit of a letdown. You get a better experience at Ryu hotels. But that might be the common man in me, I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, overall, the pools are excellent. I'd give them about 8 out of 10. The sunbeds are excellent. They're all cushioned and very, very comfortable. And that overall experience, yeah, I'd give about 9 out of 10, really. I mean, I've been very few places better than this, if any. So, yeah, excellent. Just a really nice setting, you know. So, yeah, I hope that helps if you're thinking about coming to Kerkyra Blue in Corfu, just outside Corfu town. Oh yeah, and the other thing is, it's got a private beach, private jetty with water sports and all that sort of thing. You can sunbathe on the grass. The only problem here, like all of Corfu, you get this. Corfu is a green island, and when there's rain, you get the mozzies, and they're not the big ones. They're these little gnat things. They're only small and they bite like hell. Some people suffer, some people don't. I'm lucky I don't suffer from it. My missus does and my sister do. For some reason they seem to like women's skin, I don't know. But they've been bit to hell and they've been covering themselves in DEET and all sorts. So yeah, you just got to be a bit careful with them. But don't stick close to the grass or anything, because the something will get bit in the evening. But apart from that, no, but that's like that in all Corfu. Corfu is riddled with mozzies. You know, it's not a dry island, it's a wet island. Okay then, I'm going to shoot because I've been rabbiting long enough.